Yeah, so the story of this movie about my father started in Linville, North Carolina. My wife comes from a very wealthy family, and we would go there. We still do every 4th of July. Very waspy, very white. And I come from a working middle class family, so it was kind of like these two worlds colliding while I was up there. And I had the idea of doing a movie where basically loosely based on my life where these two families kind of come together. And yes, there's differences, but ultimately at the end of the movie you see that, although there's differences, people get along. So I never thought this thing would get made. I wrote it with my buddy Austin Earl, and next thing you know, Robert De Niro loves it, and now we're in Alabama shooting the damn thing. So it was crazy. I used to wait tables at the Four Seasons Hotel in Beverly Hills. I met him there in 2005, just waiting on him. Then, fast forward, I worked with him on The Irishman, and then he got the script. It's not like I had the man's number and I called him and said, "You want to be my dad?" Agents sent him the script. He read it, and then he wanted to read it out loud with a group of actors. So we flew to New York. He read it out loud, and then afterwards, it wasn't like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna We left. The next thing you know, it was like, "Yeah, I want to do this." And he was in between projects. We put it in between two of his other movies, and now I'm here hosting CinemaCon.
I imagine.
I like Laura because it's almost like we grew up in the same environment. She's an Italian American as well as I, and she knows the nuances of Italian families. Some of the movie is a little cultural, so you have to have somebody that kind of understands the family dynamic in an Italian family. Not that you have to be Italian to understand what's going on, but just like little nuances that, even some of the Italian words, she knows Italian more than I do, so she was kind of giving him Italian words to say. Yeah, it was very important to have her on board. I was very serious on this thing as far as I was worried and nervous because I was working with really seasoned actors, and Robert De Niro, probably the best of our time, so it wasn't like I was goofing around. They yelled cut and I went back to my lines and whatnot. So I wasn't really funny as far as the class clown on set at all.